Yeah, man. Let's bring on the band of the hour, the one and only Esham, man. What's up, Esham?
What up, though? What up, though? Murder Master Music Show. What up, Prez? What up, Mac?
Back in the place.
Yo, man, it's Pittsburgh Pat here too, man. What's up, E?
Oh, Pittsburgh Pat. What up, baby?
We got a new addition to the family.
Yo, what up, though? Yeah. That's right. How everybody doing tonight?
Man, real good, man.
Good.
You're getting ready to go on this big tour, man. This Dead of Winter tour. I see you posted a lot of spots you're going to hit. When does it all kick off, and where's the first spot you go to, E?
The Dead of Winter tour, it kicks off in Michigan, man. January 5th, I believe, the first show is in Lansing, Michigan at the Loft. And, we just breaking out here like the first of the year, man. We just going to set it off right with some cool, wicked shit. It's going to be some cold, chilling shit, man. I think people should come out. It's going to be, we doing some new and exciting shit, some shit I ain't never did before. So I'm real excited about it. So we just going to kick off the new year like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I also, Dead of Winter tour is backed up by Dead of Winter. It's like an album I put together, you know what I'm saying? I've been working on it, but I didn't want to make a Christmas album because it's not a Christmas album. And, basically, when the year turned over, which is, January, it's like right in the middle of winter, And I don't know about nobody else. I like the winter. I'm from Michigan, so I love the winter time. And no other time than drop some cold cuts, man. And I think people going to enjoy what we got. It's like I said, it's not a Christmas album, but it's some bone chilling shit, man. Just it's for the season. It's snow season, so we out here doing that thing like that on some Dead of Winter shit, man. Just going out when nobody else will go out, man. And I feel like only the strong survive out there in the wintertime. You know what I'm saying? We all terrain, so I'm just like, fuck it, There's some real good shit out there in the wintertime. Come out.
Well, definitely, man. And it gives people a chance, to come out and really, vibe with you in this new music. How would you describe this new music, man? Is it, are you going in different directions with this? Because you're a man that likes to go anywhere.
I'm going to just say that it's not rocket science. You know what I'm saying? It's not rocket science. I basically, was sitting down and I was thinking about, like I say, the winter time and just everything that happens, during a cold season. Some of the, worst case scenarios, which would be like hypothermia and frostbite. So my new single is called Hypothermia. And like I say, man, we just living in a time where everything's so fucking serious and everybody getting so political. I just, wanted to take it back to just having fun with the rhymes and just, it's like an escape. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to the new Dead of Winter album, which the single comes out like next week, but the album actually comes out in February. But if you listen to it, it's just like an escape, man. It's not, I'm not necessarily taking myself serious, but at the end of the day, I was serious because I made some, like I say, there's some cold cuts on there. And I think people will enjoy it, man. It's just a breath of fresh air from the bullshit that's going on in everyday life right now.
We all need that, don't we? We need an escape from all this fuck shit, man. Shout out to you for doing that, man, because we need a break. We really do. I'm going to sit back a little bit, E. I'm going to let my boy Pittsburgh Pat chop it up with you because this is his first time interviewing you, and I know he's got some really dope questions. So, man, y'all chop it up, and I'll chime in from time to time.
Cool, go for it, man. What's up, Pat? What's on your mind, bro?
I've been a fan of yours a long time, man. I talked to you a little bit the last time you was on, man. One thing I did want to ask you real quick, though, is about Scribble. Is it still going to come out on vinyl? A lot of people want to know that.
Well, we was tossing the idea all around about some vinyl. And to be totally honest with you, the market for vinyl is not as exciting as people might think it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's basically, we would do it for collectors and people who wanted that sort of thing, but we just didn't feel like Scribble was the one to be making a vinyl on when it's so many other albums that I could make a vinyl on before Scribble. So we just pumped our brakes on that. And like I say, man, the market for vinyl is not really like, like people would want it to be. So it's almost not even worth doing the vinyl. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what
to
about
be totally honest with you?
Is Dead of the
Well,
Winter
that's
just
a
going to be a
digital
digital
release.
only again?
I mean, I'm not sure. We tossed around some ideas about having some hard copies out there on tour, man. But I'm just kind of sticking by my guns and just leaning more toward the future with just releasing records, because people, it's available to everybody instantly. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the way of the future, man. So I don't know. I've thought about it, but at the same time, I'm just like more or less in the future with it, man, and just releasing stuff like I say, all over the world, at the same time without having a hard copy, man, because, that is really like, something it's a dying art. It's slowly but surely, it's really dead. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, most people, if you look at the statistics and stuff like that, 90% of people are getting their music, from online digital services, man. And I'm not making this up. And, I know a lot of people like that type of thing, for the people that do. But, I'm just, looking at it from a business point of view, and I'm not necessarily entertaining nothing that's not going to make the money that it needs to make. And like I say, man, the way of the future is digital, and everybody's getting their music like that, and that's how we will all get it, and move toward the future and beyond, man. So I don't know.
Yeah, definitely, man. And I think that for the fans that are disappointed there is no physicals, I think they should respect the fact that you're the one that has thought this through, and you've always been kind of ahead of the game on certain shit like this, man. You know what I mean? From your very first release, you kind of laid out the blueprint for independent artists. You know what I mean? Like, we've talked to people from Mississippi that even if they weren't influenced by your music, they were influenced by your hustle of what you did.
I mean, no doubt. And anybody that wants to, I'm not saying that you can't do that. Like, I'm not saying that you can't get vinyl if you're an artist out there and you're coming up and that's what you want to do. By all means, do that. But just the market, there's no demand for that, man. Like 90% of, the world is getting their music, online. Nobody's copping the CDs and the vinyl, man. You just basically, I hate to say it, living in the past, with that. Yeah. So, I've thought about it, and I know I said that, there might be a vinyl on Scribble, but after, we just looked at the numbers, man, it just wasn't there. And we just going to keep it digital and keep releasing new music and entertaining people on that aspect of it. And, putting dope shows together for people to come out and see. And I think where we not giving you a physical copy or whatever, we're going to make up for that in a performance or coming to your town and, like I say, just really like laying it down for you and playing the music that you love, like live. So that's what all this is about, man.
Definitely, man. And, you're one of those artists, man, that people have to see you live, man. Like, even when I see like a short 2-minute video of a clip of you performing on Facebook or some shit, man, like, you always put on a good show, man, and every time you do something, man, the fans come away happy. I wanted to ask you, you guys kind of took a trip back in time recently, man, and you did the Hella Wicked show with ICP, man. How was that, man?
Well, the Hella Wicked, it was cool, man. It was just like, we all just kind of picked up where we left off. I mean, ICP is still like a major figure in the game, and they still out here putting their shit down. And, they invited me out to Hella Wicked. I know we've all had some rough past, you know what I'm saying? But, it's just like brothers, man. Brothers fight, we get up, we dust each other off, but, I might say some bad shit about my brothers from time to time, but those are my brothers, and nobody else better say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the only person that can say it if anything going to get said bad, but at the same time, we all just kind of wish each other well, and, like I say, I wish the best for those guys, man. And any time they call me, I'm right there, man. Other than that, we all just out here putting the wicked shit down, man, and we stomping forward into the future with all that. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but they recently did interviews on Shade 4-5 with Sway, and then they did Ebro in the Morning on Hot 97. And on both of those interviews, they definitely held you down, man. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. It's intertwined, like all our stories. Like the whole Detroit story is intertwined. Even Eminem's story is a little bit intertwined with all of this stuff that we call the wicked shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a documentary out there, The Untold Story of Detroit Hip Hop, where I know a lot of people would like to think Dr. Dre and all those people kind of discovered Eminem and all that, but there's a dude in Detroit named Champtown who actually discovered Eminem. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I'm saying this, because all
to talk about that documentary.
Right on. The reason I'm even saying this is because all of these stories kind of, it's like Pulp Fiction, where there's like 4 stories in one, like, but they all kind of, it's a part of one big story. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So basically, Champtown introduced Eminem, to the, rap shit from the Detroit perspective. You know what I'm saying? And he was the one to kind of bring him, to the forefront as far as introducing them in hip-hop circles around Detroit. And there's a movie about that, and he did a whole thing about that, which, I'm leaving some shit out. He got a whole bunch of shit in there, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty interesting on that aspect, you know what I'm saying? But he got his own story, and it's just like what I'm saying as far as Detroit is concerned. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all these people, even if they played a small part in somebody's success or, steering them in the right direction or, giving them direction as far as, they was like, well, which way do I go? And they was like, yo, go down that way, make a left and a right and a left. Even if that just, you know what I mean, helped them on the way to their success, they still played some, small, minute part in some of these people's success. And, it's just, it's a big story, man, the untold story of Detroit hip-hop, And, that's where all this stuff is, like I say, intertwined. I kind of lost my thought because I'm fucking drinking a little Pinot Grigio, but go ahead.
Yeah, man, one of the standout lines on the Scribble album was me and Eminem, cool now, put that on Proof. Did you have any interaction with Eminem and, like, let him know that all that shit's in the past now, or is that just you saying?
Proof let Eminem know that. Proof let Eminem know that. Like, right before Proof passed, me and Proof had a conversation, and basically this is how he even squashed all this stuff with even ICP and all of them. Like, that was me. Like, that was me and Proof's conversation. Like, Joe and them went up to that bowling alley with me. You know what I'm saying? And went up to albums with me. That was me making those initial connections with Proof and squashing all that shit. And before he passed away, we had a real heart-to-heart talk. And he just was like, man, we wasted a lot of time, just battling each other. We could have took over the whole world. And he was basically saying, like, man, it ain't too late. Like, we could connect and, put all this shit together like it's supposed to be, like, build for the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, like, Proof went to my high school, man.
I was just about to say that. Like, you and Proof weren't just, like, fellow rappers. You guys have known each other for a long time.
Right. So everybody kind of knew each other for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But I was the only one that had albums out. I was 4 albums in. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time they came out, I probably had 10 albums out. You know what I'm saying? But my point would be, like, they all went to high school, man. You know what I'm saying? And we all was kind of cool, before all of this, before money and before people start blowing up and start signing major record deals and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just what I'm saying, though. Like, throughout all of that, no matter how much money I've ever made, I know that I've been the same person. Like, even if I might have more than you, I'm going to treat you like an equal, Even if I can't gain nothing from you, I'm going to treat you with respect, show you that respect as a man or a woman or whatever. Like, I'm going to come at you like an equal, and that's how I always do it, though. But some people get on and get popular. You know, people start noticing them, and they make a little money, and they ain't never necessarily had shit or knew how to act. You feel what I'm saying now? Before they got it, and they let their ego and they let all that shit get to them, and then they start, you know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like a fucking sickness in the game when somebody does that. Not everybody do that. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, if you start getting popular and, you know, you start getting a little money, like, you know, you got to definitely know how to humble yourself or how to carry yourself out here. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't do that. And that's where, you know, all the trouble and all the, you know, the clashing comes into play. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't always the most mature motherfucker neither. You know, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it took me a while to grow and mature as a person, too, to understand even what was going on, you know, at the time, you know? So, but anyway, like I say, me and Proof squashed all that shit, and I don't got no problems with Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never really had no problems with Eminem. It was like some shit because he was like dissing ICP, you know what I'm saying? And them was like my little homies, you know what I'm saying? I kind of like put them on. So that's where all that type of shit come into play. So this is where all this shit come into play. Even with Champtown, like me and Champtown, when we was younger, we was having fist fights and shit if we ever saw each other. You know what I'm saying? It's cool now that we older, but I'm saying, so once Eminem went over there, this is why he don't even like me. You know what I'm saying? Because of like all the shit that me and Champtown was going through. You feel what I'm saying? So it was like inherited beef that unconsciously people was doing, and that's what drove him to even diss me on records. Like, a lot of people think I just up and start fucking dissing Eminem. He started dissing me first. You know what I'm saying? And this was all just some Detroit shit, man. Instead of building the unity inside of Detroit, motherfuckers chose to clash with the Titans. You know what I'm saying? Instead of respecting the people that came before them, they was trying to shit on people that came before them just because they got a little money or start getting popular or whatever, whatnot. And that's not where I come from. That's not how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? You never talk down on the player's name. You know, these are just rules in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all type of shit that you're not supposed to do. But people, you know, they start coming up different. You know what I'm saying? So it was no loyalty in the game no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, it's really like no loyalty in the Detroit community as far as hip hop. Like, everybody out for self, you know. Everybody trying to get out there, but they don't realize there ain't no such thing as out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about. Now,
when you see like the. My bad, I didn't cut you off. Go ahead, man.
You good? No, go ahead, man. We chopping it up. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, when you see like the situation that ICP and Twisted are going through right now, like they had a falling out. Does it like remind you of maybe your situation with D12, and now that you're so far removed from that, do you just kind of wish that everybody would get along and go further?
Two different situations. Like, me and D12 and even Eminem, we always battling for lyrical supremacy. This was all some hip-hop shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I still feel like I'm the only rapper that battled Eminem and won. Like, he never said nothing to me. As much shit I hurled at him. But anyway, my point would be, we was all battling for lyrical supremacy. It was just some hip-hop shit, right? And that spilled over into the streets. You know what I'm saying? Which it probably never should even went that far. But as far as ICP and Twisted, that's some whole other shit. That's their own thing. I have no idea what they're going through. That's some business that they going through. You know what I'm saying? But the shit that me and D12 and Eminem and all of them was going through, that was on some real, like, hip-hop shit, like some lyrical battling for lyrical supremacy. Oh, shit. I need a little more Pinot. Hold on. Pinot Grigio. Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
You good, man.
Okay, that's it. That's all I need. Thank you.
You just said
shot of Pinot Grigio.
You feel that you're the only one that really got out on Eminem, and I think I agree with that because, like, well, I know MC Juice beat him in a battle prior to him blowing up.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like,
blew up,
like battling him, coming at him, like, he never responded to me. He responded to everybody else. And maybe
he had like a line here and there, and that was it.
Right, but
And
maybe his same reason for not responding to me was the same reason why Donald Trump didn't respond to him. Like, he just didn't. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like I say, I don't have no problems with him. That was then. That was over, 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, they doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Everybody see it for what it is now. Like, back then, 20 years ago, when MTV was around and all that shit mattered, you could get up there and people believe what you said. Back then, you felt like you was the only one, like you was really special. There was no more like you. But nowadays, everybody woke. You cannot lie to people because they see you exactly for what you is. Even me, I couldn't lie to you and tell you I was something else because you already see me for what I am.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. And I agree with you though, man. Like the whole Eminem thing, it was fun back then. You know what I mean? Back in 2001, 2002.
It's funny, I think he dropped the album today. Y'all go get, the Shady Records. Go. What is Shady Records? Go get that shit today. What's it called? Redo? What's it called?
Revive.
I don't even know.
Oh yeah,
man.
I thought the shit was called. Yeah, get that shit. There's on some hip hop shit, I think, but whatever. No, that shit is. I heard it was trash.
It's not that great.
So did I.
Like for real, I don't hate Eminem. I'm not a fan of him. You know what I mean? But if I hear something that's good, I'm like, yeah, man, that's a good record. And I listen to the album, and there's spots where it's decent. You know, I mean, you might listen to it. That was nice how he did that.
To me was that shit was horrible. I was like, oh my god,
man,
But at the end of the day, like I feel what he was trying to do. But if he wants some wicked shit, he should have just called. You know what I'm saying? And we could have put something together. But yeah, at the end of the day,
people are waiting on that. They've been waiting on that for a long, long time. And as far as I'm concerned, if he don't do it, it's his loss. Because you know what I'm saying. If you come out of a city, wouldn't you want to work with that pioneer? That's what I told DJ Paul. It's like you got to work with Gangster Pat at some point in time. You fucking have to. You know what I'm saying? It's just a must. The fans want it. The fans want it.
I mean, but it's like at the end of the day, one of us is all for the culture, and one of us is not. So, I mean, the people need to figure that out. And I just wish, I see a lot of rappers like him, where are your other white friends? Or I see DJ Khaled. Where are your other Palestinian friends? You're not the only Palestinian in the hood, or you're not the only white person in the hood. I want to see you with other white people. Where are your other white friends? You know what I'm saying? Though? Where are the friends that you get with when you be like, black boy, whatever the fuck you say. Let me stop. That shit is terrible, man. I just wish a rapper would just be honest, nigga. I made a rap called I Hate Being Black, nigga, because I know motherfuckers hate niggas. I want some white rapper to come out and be like, yo, it's fucked up being white. The niggas hate us. So just whatever. Let me hear that perspective. Be real with it. You know what I'm saying? Though? Whatever. This real life is real.
Man.
We just had
I want to get this question out of the way, man. I want to get this question out of the way because it's just something that's been bothering me. I asked Mastermind this, and all the suicidalists, we've had this conversation 60 times. But back on your April Fool's Cloudcast you did, you started it off by saying that Eminem's the fifth member of Nodis, and then you end up saying April Fools. But that begs the question: who's the fourth member of Nodis?
I mean, there really ain't no fourth member of Nodis. Nodis is just me, Mastermind, and TNT. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that we rap with. There's a lot of people that, got inspired by what we was doing, and, we kind of, brought them under the wing, man. But Nodis will always and forever be Mastermind, Esham, and TNT. And actually, the fuck everybody with the last Nodis record. There won't be no more Nodis records, man. That's why I put out the box set. I wanted the Nodis story told. We unfortunately lost TNT. He on to the next life and on to the next world. But, while we here, we won't be making no more Nodis records. Mastermind got his own label. He put out his own albums. when it's time for us to come together and work, we do that. We out here on the road or whatever. We'll perform some songs or whatever, but we're not going to make no more music as the group Nadas because we can't without TNT.
Yeah.
And there's no other members. Like I say, there's people that we rock with and, people, been right there. But, only members is just the three, man. And that's it.
Okay. I respect that, man.
All
That's
right.
like Run DMC. They're not going to do nothing without Jam Master Jay. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, that definitely. And you called it, too, the end of time and space. I thought that was dope how you put, like, a beautiful ending on that whole Nada story,
I'm glad somebody got it, man. I mean, we've done a lot for the underground community and the music community in general. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted that story to be told. I wanted, just to show my brothers in a positive light, and that was just it, man. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I know that nobody else would have did it, and that's just what it is, man. Like, I want people to really understand, like, this is real life. Like, we live in a real life just like y'all living. You know what I'm saying? We every day with this shit, and nothing came to us easy, and it still don't. Like, we got to work hard to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I don't even think the average rapper or the average producer even got what it takes to be in the game, because it's like a fucking karate school you got to go through. You're going to get your ass beat for like 10 years before you even get a motherfucking yellow belt. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even think.
Yeah, some of these motherfuckers can't break sports yet. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like it's a lot of shit you got to go through. But I respect people trying to get in the game. I respect the new artists coming up. I respect that. Y'all trying to do y'all thing. Y'all trying to come up. And I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I respect all of that. But you got to respect the people that came before you, because at the end of the day, you trying to get some money, and we already got some money. You know what I'm saying, though? So that's the whole thing. You could be the best rapper in the world. You could rap all motherfucking day at night, but that don't pay the motherfucking bills. You still trying to get some money. So you got to respect people who got that money and who have gotten it from rapping. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about somebody that got a bag or some dope dealer that's trying to flip and bounce. I'm talking about actual people that's selling units. You know what I'm saying? Doing it the straight up legit way. You got to respect that.
Right.
And if you don't, you ain't going to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't able to humble yourself, and you're not going to go nowhere, because all this shit is connected and everybody know each other, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got that Luther Campbell money popping off, man. I mean, that dude went gold out of the back of his mama's house, and that's with, you and James did that underground shit so hard in the Midwest to where, you know what I'm saying, it set up other platforms for other people to be able to follow. You guys were the Rap-A-Lot, the Skywalker Records, and the Ruthless of the Midwest. Hands down, man. Hats off to you for that, man. Real talk. Shout out to that boy.
No, I appreciate you, Scott. I mean, absolutely. But, not taking nothing away from them, man. All those people did far greater things than we did. You know what I'm saying? We just was able to stay underground and be in the cocoon until we turned into this butterfly. And now we got wings and we can fly, man. That's it. Like, we just stayed down and steady worked hard at what we was doing, but ain't nothing come to us easy, man. And a lot of people took a lot of things from us along the way. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing I was blessed with was the gift to keep creating, man, and keep coming up with dope ideas and not having to recycle ideas or not having to take ideas from other people in order to make it. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, I don't look at somebody, what they doing, and then go home and make some shit just like it and try to sell it back to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I was blessed with keep having to come up with good ideas, man. And that's just what it is.
Hell yeah, man. I wanted to ask you this question, though, Esham. Being that you came up just on the independent underground grind, Scott was very instrumental in getting you into the Murder Dog magazine. How much did that
change? A long time ago.
Once you were graced, once you graced the cover of that magazine and your face, your story was out there a little more. Did you notice a difference?
Well, I'll tell you like this. Back when Scott worked for Murder Dog magazine, and Murder Dog was around just like the Source magazine was around, XXL and everything that was in print, that meant the world. You know what I'm saying? Because it was actually a publication that had certified people in it, and that publicly validated our story. You see what I'm saying? So it was some truth speakers speaking the same truth as us, and that's what Murder Dog Magazine and Scott was doing, and that's what Scott continued to do, even with the Murder Master Music Show. He has some truth speakers on this show. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it's all about, man, getting the word out to people that might not have heard about something that's more doper than what the average outlet was using. And it was the radio back then. But now we got all type of outlets. We got YouTube, we got, Vivo, we got all type of shit, man. So, it's just for us to humble ourselves, even if our outlets start to grow and we start to get more popular. We just got to humble ourselves and stay the same person we is, man. Be able to chop it up with the same people you've been chopping it up with, and don't try to belittle nobody or spit on nobody along the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what I've learned. Even if I could spit on a motherfucker, like hug, a loogie, and I spit that shit on somebody's forehead, even if I could and would do that, I wouldn't, though. You got to humble yourself, man, and that's the way to keep moving forward, man. And we can enjoy the music. It can be some, raunchy shit. It can be some fucked up shit. It can be some shit with a twist. But, at the end of the day, you turn that shit off, and you go back to being you, and you go back to being in control of your emotions and your motherfucking self. Because we just entertaining. I'm just speaking for myself now. I'm just entertaining. So you can't, the music don't make you do nothing. It's in you. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, it's real shit.
Yeah, the thing I always respected about your music, especially back then, was that was a time where hip-hop was very hated on. And they didn't understand, it was something new. They didn't know how to take it, and they didn't understand it was entertainment. And here you were with some of the hardest content in the fucking world, and you didn't change that. You know what I mean?
Well,
you never conformed.
It was just like the times. It was like what I'm telling you, like, man, when we say we nation ahead of time and space, man, we just was coming from a future perspective. Like, if you go back and listen to them records now, it don't even seem shocking. We were just ahead of the time on this is what the fuck is about to start happening. You know what I'm saying? And if you keep living like this is what'll happen to you. That's what our music always been. It was like, you sell dope, you're going to get killed or you're going to jail. Like, we're not going to say, yo, go get them squares and it's going to be all good. No. You know what I'm saying? Or even, tell somebody you got some money. That shit ain't going to be all good. Somebody going to kill you. Like we just was coming with the raw, the honest brutality of that shit. Like, and I don't know, man. Like, now it's not even shocking because the world, is desensitized to all the violence.
Yeah, that song just put me in the Christmas spirit. I'm getting ready for it now. You know what I'm saying? Most
hey, man, listen. I want to apologize. It just was brought to my attention that I'm being a conversation bully. I need to let y'all talk. Go ahead, say what y'all need to say.
Bully.
You ever heard of that?
Look, man,
we
conversation bully. That means a nigga is talking too much. Like he just taking over the conversation. So go ahead, y'all. Let's kick it off. What y'all got?
Well, we actually have somebody from France that wants to talk to you. This is Lord Sinister. He's from a satanic cult in the mountains of France. No, this is.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of France, the Dead of Winter tour. Half the album is produced by my homeboy King Arthur, who from East France. But go ahead. Bonjour.
Oh, that's what's up. Be on the line, brother.
Yes, sir. Bonjour, Esham.
Bonjour, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Right. I would ask you about your concept album, Judgment Day Volume 1 and 2, and I would know about the song Acid and the covers. Can you tell us about the covers of the concept double album, Judgment Day Volume 1 and 2?
If I can understand your accent, like you kicked that so fast, you're talking about the covers of Judgment Day 1 and 2?
Yes,
you want me to explain the cover?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the covers of Judgment Day 1 and 2 was like Judgment Day Volume 1 and then Judgment Night Volume 2. Now, the cover is basically a crucifix on somebody's chest. You know how people wear the chain on their chest with the crucifix on there? It was basically the crucifix, but I was the crucifix on somebody's chest. And if you look at the art piece, it's just Esham right on top of, like, I hate to say it for all my white brothers, but on the white man's chest, bam, Judgment Day Volume 1 and 2 burnt in your chest like that.
Yes,
That's
sir.
relevant today, though. It's relevant right now.
Yeah.
Like Charlottesville bullshit, the tiki churches.
Maybe 36 Mafia was inspired by your cover for Mystic Stars, maybe.
I mean, maybe. Those are my brothers from another mother. And, you know, I love 36 Mafia. And,
yes, sir.
You know, I just say it's all to the wicked shit, man. You know, like everybody was inspired by the wicked shit, and we just keep putting it down for the underground, and it's all to the wicked shit.
It's like the season of that sickness of Brother Lynch. It's crazy era.
Well,
Yes,
I mean, you know, all these people was kind of doing their own thing in their own sectors. You know, whether they called it the wicked shit or not, they just was putting down hardcore raps, and it just kind of like, if you're gonna put it all in a category, it would be categorized as wicked shit, even though some of these people don't identify their music as that. But just as the art form, like that's what the art form is called. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like I say, even brothers, everybody from around the world, like once we got deep off into this, we noticed a lot of people around the world was just, you know, expressing themselves, and, you know, we just love it, man. We sit back and enjoy the show, and like I say, you know, my new album, Dead of Winter, is coming out February, and I got half the album is produced by King Arthur, and he stays out there in France. He's from East France. His name is Arthur Portier, something like that. I might be pronouncing it wrong because my French is a little off since I graduated French culinary school, Le Cordon Bleu, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I will be over there in France, and I will be cooking croissants for everybody coming to my show with plenty of butter.
It would be good to come in France for doing shows, Yes, sir. You must do Paris.
We're about to invade France, man. We're coming.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's what's up.
And also the song Acid you made on Judgment Day 2, can you tell us about this one?
Well, that song was basically describing the particular style of rap that I do, and it's called acid rap, which was popularized in the early 90s, which later became more popular by a rapper named Chance, who named his mixtape Acid Rap and dedicated it to the wicked shit, which is great because we love Chance. And
that was my follow-up. Yep.
That song, Acid, was basically the start of it all. So everybody can hit me up at acidrap.com out there, too, around the world for your latest and greatest on Esham and all wicked shit news, though, by the way.
Hell yeah, man. You just mentioned Chance. I thought that was dope when, like, Chance named his album that, and then he did an interview with Spin Magazine. And he made it clear, like, he's like, look, man, I named it Acid Rap because I wrote this shit when I was on acid, and I wrote it because of the Detroit MC Esham. And I thought that was
absolutely
dope.
No,
like,
that
he didn't
guy's
have
brilliant,
to do that.
man.
I thought that was dope.
He didn't,
you know
but that's real hip-hop, though, and that's what we're talking about. In hip-hop, you know, he had nothing to gain by telling the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what hip-hop is.
He did the honorable
all the way
thing.
trail like Pimp C. Absolutely. But, yo,
yeah,
man, from France, we
great,
appreciate you calling, bro, man, from France.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Shout out.
Man. Yo, E, you know who that was from France, though? That was dude that he interviewed Onyx when they said that shit about you. Remember I posted that video that one day?
Oh, yeah, it's all good, man. But you know what, though? That was back in the day. You know, like, they didn't know what the wicked shit was. You feel what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
They just thought I was like some crazy motherfucker Right, but at the same time, it was just still hardcore. They couldn't imagine something being more hardcore than them. You know, and that wicked shit is just what it is, the ultimate. It's that heavy mental. You know, so even if he was saying all those things, man, I know today he didn't mean that because he was just afraid of that shit because he didn't understand it, bro. So, you know, at the end of the day, I keep it hip-hop, though. I don't hold that shit against him. Or anybody that say anything ill towards me, man, I don't hold it against them because it's not going to affect me in any type of way. I'm in that shit. Michael Jackson, I bought his hyperventilated chamber, and I sleep in a positive bubble, man. It's nothing's getting in here. It's ill.
Yo, we just talked to Dice, and he called you the Michael Jackson of the underground.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
And
if I'm Michael Jackson of the underground, Dice would definitely be Jermaine Jackson. Definitely. He would be Jermaine.
Hell yeah, man. Like, yo, Jermaine. Man, I saw you were pretty fucked up when Prince passed away, man. You
nah, man, Prince is like one of my idols, man, one of my heroes. And I was trying to reach out to Prince, man. I never got to meet Prince. I never went over his house or nothing like that. But, you know, I just felt like me and Prince should have talked, man, and it was just a missed opportunity on my part to connect with somebody that I felt like I could have gained a lot of knowledge from, you know, while they was here on Earth. You know what I'm saying? And I missed that opportunity in the Matrix. I was trying to get there, but it didn't happen. But, you know, like I say, Prince on to the next life, man. He left a lot of jewels here. All the game y'all see me doing, that's from Prince, man. It's Prince game. Prince passed that game down to me, man. I keep trying to tell people.
Hell yeah, man.
But that's why I call my shit the Prince of Reality. I'm sorry. Even back in the day, like you see old signs, I was called the Prince of Reality. Not the Prince of Reality, but the Prince of Reality.
Okay. That's dope, man. Now, we just lost in hip-hop. We lost Fresh Kid Ice this past year, man. Can you share, like, a memory you had of Fresh Kid Ice? I know you know him.
Well, yeah, I mean, I met Fresh Kid Ice through ICP because they was touring with Fresh Kid Ice and Fits and Grits and all of that, and you know he was cool, man. But not even that, like you know, Fresh Kid Ice is Fresh Kid Ice from Two Line Crew, Luke Skywalker, and them. You know, he ever hold a special place in my heart. You know what I'm saying? He just on to the next life, man. Like I don't celebrate death like a lot of people do. Like it's sad that he's gone from this life. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad for his family and all that stuff, though. But Fresh Kid Ice, like I know he on to the next life, man. His arm working the next life. You know what I'm saying? He got his arm working and shit. He can fly. You know what I'm saying? Like, he on to the next life, man. But I enjoy Fresh Kid Ice music, and I still do whenever it come on, man. And that's just how I keep it rolling with hip-hop, though. Like, you know, a lot of people, I let them rest in peace, man. You won't see me posting on Fresh Kid Ice pictures or anybody, you know, like that passed away. You know, I just let them rest in peace, and I think that's what it is, and that's why they say rest in peace. You don't do that to your peeps that's gone. You let them rest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely, man. Without a doubt. Now, man, I just lost my other question, man. My bad. Oh yeah. I know where I'm at. A lot of people want to know what's the future of supervillains, or is there anything going to be new, or maybe like a performance at the Gathering, anything like that?
I mean, anything is possible. Everything and anything is possible, you know. Like I say, me and the Clowns, we on super good terms. Yeah. I mean, we've talked about some things. You know, we talk about a lot of stuff, though, and that's entirely up to them, man, because that particular group, Supervillains, is all under the big top. So if they call me and they need my assistance, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? If that's what they decide to do. But if they don't, then I will continue to just move forward and do what I'm doing, man. And, you know, they call me when I'm needed, man. If I see the SV in the sky there, you know who's going to show up. Like I said, I got a lot of names, man. I got a lot of names in the game, but, you know, the real name I use is my name, my government, Esham Smith. But at the end of the day, like, if I'm needed, they know I will show up. And they only call me if they really need me, man. But, you know, them boys is all right.
Now, E, a lot of people, you're a legend. A lot of people admire you. You're, especially in the underground, you're one of those artists that other underground artists think of you as a bucket list. They want to work with you before it's all over. Who's that one artist that you always wanted to work with but never got a chance to?
Shit, Prince, Michael Jackson, goddamn John Lennon. I mean, shit, Madonna, goddamn Lady Gaga. I mean, I got a list, like everybody. I'm just so underground that I don't think that anybody of that caliber would even take my music seriously, bro. You know what I'm saying? To keep it 100 with
that,
you.
man.
I hear you.
Hey,
you know,
I saw
a lot of people.
LeBron James rapping Brotherland's Hung music. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you, but shit, that
one day we're going to see
Sunshine.
something like that with Esham song.
He wasn't rapping Sunshine. If he was rapping Sunshine, I'd have been at the next Cavalier game, nigga. He wasn't rapping. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? If that motherfucker's rapping Sunshine, I'd have been up in that bitch with a LeBron shoes, the whole hookup on. Talking about, nigga, what? Video. Look, my boy would be, if they would, like, people think, like, just because you imagine me working with some of your favorite artists, right? I hear y'all talking, and I think that's great. That ain't how shit work. This ain't no big clubhouse. Like, niggas ain't gelling like that. Like, oh, I rap, you rap, we're both rappers. Like, that ain't how this shit work. People don't give a fuck.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit all is dollars and cents.
Not
to say that.
Yeah.
Right, like it ain't like it's a club that just because I can skip up, like, hey, I'm Esham, let's rap together. That ain't how this shit works, man. Don't nobody want to hear that shit, man. If you ain't got no money, don't nobody really want to talk to you, man. Try to go get a Benz with a smile, nigga. They gonna kick your ass out of there. You can't get a lap dance with a smile, nigga, and they cost $10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you take your ass
right,
and try to get a lap dance. That's just life. So even if you want to see somebody work with somebody, that's just not how it works. Some people don't like each other. It's conflicts of interest. They boy don't like. It's a lot of bullshit in the game that people don't see, and it's just like anything else. Like, you're not necessarily eating dinner at your neighbor's house just because they live next door. You know what I'm saying? You're not even going over there to ask for no sugar or nothing. Like, oh, shit, I seen y'all was watching motherfucking Family Guy. Can I come and sit down and get some Kool-Aid? Nigga, no. It ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Well,
there's got to be an initial relationship. You got to build a bond. I mean, yeah.
You do, and it's all about trust and it's just right timing. And if it happen, it happen organically. If it don't, it ain't never going to happen, man. Because this shit is sink or swim out here, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no friends in this shit. This the game. You know what I'm saying?
No cold shit.
You ain't lying.
That's life, man. Like, I don't know if anybody hear that shit. This is the game. Ain't no friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, no friends in this.
No question. Now, a few months ago, I got my own show now on UGS Radio on Monday nights called the Hip Hop Roundtable. Now, a couple weeks ago, I had like Jack Frost, Dice, Detroit's Most Wanted. No, Detroit's Most Wanted didn't call in, my bad. K-Stone called in, and Monte Cristo. But the special guest was Jenny Risher from the DIA. I saw you did a performance for that, man. Tell us what that was like for you, man, being displayed in the DIA.
Well, basically, Jenny Riser. That's her name. That's basically the homegirl.
Riser or Richer, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, no, that's her. She hooked that shit up. She's like this famous photographer. She took a lot of pictures of a lot of famous people. Her most famous picture was Eminem. You know how he got the devil horns in front of his head? Like, I don't know if y'all know that picture. It's like a picture, but that's one of her pictures, though. And she was doing a project, man. She was putting together this book or some shit. And she reached out to me, and she was like, well, she taking all these pictures and told me about it. This shit was like 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Probably even longer now, maybe like 4 years ago. And it just now came to the DIA. You see what I'm saying? So that shit didn't happen. But she was putting all this stuff together, and, she just was doing her thing. And I just was like, damn, that's incredible. She was a young, talented photographer out here, and I just decided to help her too. Like, okay, whatever you need. And I just was on board because the way she presented it, she was professional, and she knew what she was doing, and she knew where she was going. And it ended up in the DIA, man. And that's all because of that lady. It ain't because of nobody else. You know what I'm saying? And she took her time out to document Detroit, the Detroit music community. And she did a good job of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's really where all of that came from. So, you know, I was happy to be a part of it. You know, it was a good look for the city to let people know that this ain't just a bunch of people making music in the basement. This is real art. You know what I'm saying? And this is something to be, you know, looked at. You pay attention to this. You know, you can learn from this. And that's what that was about. And she presented it in such a beautiful light. You know, whenever she called me, it's on and popping. Jenny Thurl. And that's just Jenny. Jenny did that, nobody else. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was just fucking with Jenny. Doubt. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was all good though.
She was good people. You know what I mean? Like she called in. Like I invited her on the show, and she called in a little late. But she was, you know, busy. But she came on, man. I gave her the floor, let her talk about it, and you could tell it was something that she really cared about. And she wanted to do it the right way.
And even all them other dudes, like Jack Fawcett, all of anybody from Detroit, like, you know, I love the people from the city. You know what I'm saying? I wish them all well, you know. We all just traveling at different speeds of light, bro. You know what I'm saying? In life. But I wish them all well, though. And everybody seemed to be in good spirits, and it was cool to see a lot of people that I ain't seen in a long time, but, and, you know, shit. It's about to be 2018, Day of the Winter Tour. We on that.
Most definitely. I want to give you the floor before we get out of here, but first I want to take one more caller. This is the homie Johnny. Johnny, you there?
Yeah, what up, guys?
How you doing, bro?
What up, though, Johnny?
Yo, what's up, Esham?
Shit, what's poppin', Johnny?
Nah, just chilling, bro. Shouts out real quick to Real Suicidalist. I got a question, though, if it's cool.
Go for it.
For sure. I was just wondering, going forward, is there a chance that RLP will be working with PSY on any projects? I just think it'd be dope to see Daniel Jordan on a track. PSY, sorry, Psychopathic. I think it'd be dope, you know. The Clowns, you know, and their record label. I mean, I think it'd be dope to see you on a track with Big Hoodoo or Daniel Jordan even on some stuff with them for sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've done tracks with Daniel Jordan. They're out there. You can always listen to them. As far as all that other stuff, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't know what the future might hold, but right now I don't see it happening.
Well, thanks for calling, Johnny. And everybody get ready for the Dead of Winter tour and album. You know what I'm saying? Man, E, we want to give you the floor before we get out of here. Brandon, you want to ask him anything before we go?
Nah, E, I just wanted to thank you, man. You know, I've been waiting to get you on here, man. Let me ask you some questions. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, man.
Whatever, man.
You know, man. Come back, man. You skipped us on Scribble, man. You can't do that to us, man. Next time you drop us on, you gotta come on, man.
Dog, no doubt, man. I mean, I'm right there, man. I love y'all show, man. I'm always tuned in. You know, every time y'all doing some interviews, I always check them on. Y'all got the dope shit, man. So I wish y'all much success in the future. And shit, man, let's roll into this 2018 together, and we all gonna celebrate, man. And we gonna get some money, and we gonna do what we do, man, and be gentlemen out here.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Much success to you 2018, and be safe on the road. And before we get out of here, give them all your info, man, and let them know when everything jumps off.
Okay, I got the Dead of Winter album coming out in February. The Dead of Winter tour will be out there hitting the road January 5th, kicking it off in Michigan, and then somewhere on the West Coast. I got the new single, Hypothermia. I'm sorry I ain't had it for the Murder Master Music Show, but next time, Hypothermia will be out next week. That's my new single. Check it out. It's just some cool, fun shit. It's some cool cuts on that bitch, the Dead of Winter tour album. And y'all just come kick it with me. chill with me on that Dead of Winter tour. Get at me in the 2018. I'll see y'all in the future. Happy New Year.
Definitely.
Hell
Definitely,
yeah,
man.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself, E.
Congratulations on everything, bro.
All right. Much success to y'all, too, with all the shows, man. We'll talk in the future. Big up to you, Scott.
Oh, no doubt, brother. You be safe, man.
All right. Peace out.